The Camino de Santiago is one of the most memorable journeys you will ever take. And yes, you can absolutely walk it solo. In fact, many pilgrims say walking alone is the best way to do it. But before you lace up your hiking shoes, there are some safety tips that every pilgrim can benefit from, especially if you're walking alone. Hi, it's Helen with Camino Provisions, and I'm here today to share with you what every pilgrim needs to know to stay safe on the Camino de Santiago. Let's get started. Let's start with the most important habit you can do on the Camino de Santiago, and that is to stay aware of your surroundings. First, and this one surprises a lot of people, think carefully before putting in earbuds or on any kind of headphones as you're walking. Even just one earbud cuts off one of your most valuable senses. Pilgrims wearing headphones have been startled on the trail by other walkers or cyclists coming up behind them, completely unaware of what was going on around them. Second, adjust your vigilance based on where you are. Out in the open countryside, you can relax, soak it all in, enjoy the silence, but the moment you enter a town or city, switch on your street smarts, be aware of who is around you, keep your pack secure, and stay alert just as you would in any other city setting. If you're planning to walk solo on the Camino de Santiago, here's something that puts a lot of people at ease. You're never truly alone on the Camino. There are almost always other pilgrims nearby on the same path, either in front of you or behind you. If you ever feel uneasy about a particular stretch of trail, there's a simple solution. Stop in at a café or market, have a coffee, and wait for a group of pilgrims heading the same direction as you. Then simply ask them if you can walk with them for a while. Pilgrims on the Camino are famously welcoming, and no one will say no. In fact, you don't even need to ask formally. Leave the cafe at the same time as someone else and fall into step. It just happens naturally. That's the beauty of the Camino community. Now let's talk about where you sleep. Accommodation safety matters too. Book ahead where you can, especially in peak season, so you're never arriving exhausted with nowhere to stay. If you're a female traveling solo, choose albergues with solid reviews and know that female-only dorms are available on many stretches of the route if you prefer them. When you arrive, always note where the exits are. Keep your valuables, your passport, money, phone, in a small bag with you at all times, and never leave your pack unattended in public spaces. It's a simple habit that protects everything you're carrying. If your budget allows, choose a private room, either in a hotel or an albergue. Your gear can make a real difference in your safety, especially if you're walking solo. So here are the things that I recommend. Keep your phone fully charged as much as possible. You don't want to be without communication on a remote stretch of trail. Download offline maps before you go. We take photos of maps and keep them in our photo library to access even without internet. Apps like Wise Pilgrim work without mobile data and are invaluable if a signal disappears on your phone. Some basic first aid is important to have with you. And on the Camino, that means some serious blister care. Blisters end more Caminos than more serious injuries do. Choose clothing colors and backpack colors that are easy to see, bright, visible colors. And we always recommend not walking in when it's very dark first thing in the morning. Some people do this, but especially if you're traveling solo, I would suggest not walking until there's some dawn light out there. Even so, We still carry headlamps. They have come in very handy on more than one occasion. So just an inexpensive headlamp is a really good piece of gear to have that provides safety so you can see where you're walking if it isn't very light outside. And these tips are specifically for female solo walkers. People ask us a lot about the safety of the Camino for women walking alone. I want to say clearly that the Camino de Santiago is widely considered one of the safest long-distance trails out there for women. That said, here are some tips that wise, experienced solo female pilgrims swear by. Walk with confidence and purpose. Trust your gut completely. If a person or situation feels wrong, move away without hesitation or explanation. Ask about female-only dorms when you book your albergue. Let someone at home know your daily route and check in with them regularly. And finally, and I hope you never need this, but know what to do if something were to go wrong. The single most important number to carry with you is 112. That's the universal emergency number across all of Spain, covering police, fire, and medical emergencies. Operators speak English. It works from any phone, even without a SIM card. Write down that number, 112. You can even save it in your phone right now. There is also an app that connects you to the police. We download it for our time in Spain. It's called Alert Cops. If you find yourself in distress on the trail, your hospitalero, the albergue staff, or your hotel desk clerks are experienced and can be your first resource. They have seen everything and they are there to help you. If you're injured on the trail, stay where you are and call for help rather than trying to push on. Tell other pilgrims around you. The Camino community is really remarkable in these type situations. They look out, we look out for one another, they would look out for you. It come upon you on the trail with some sort of an injury or needing help. And this is for everybody. Before you leave home, photograph your passport, your insurance cards, your personal IDs, your travel insurance information, and email those to yourself. If your bag is ever stolen, you'll be really glad you have those in your email. Walking the Camino solo or walking the Camino with friends is one of the most rewarding experiences of your life. Prepare, plan, stay aware, trust the community around you for help, and enjoy every step of your journey. Drop your questions in the comments below and add your tips in the comments below. I read every one of them. Buen Camino.